Hello, everyone. I had to start over. As soon as I hit record, I had something in my eye, and then a dog wanted to go out and a cat wanted to go out. So we're back. This is day 21 of 21 days to building hope. So the final day. And before I get started, I'm going to read out of 365 days. And this is January 20th, 21st. So the fucked up part of it all is that even though she can hear her own heart breaking, she's still willing to love the same one who broke it. R.H. Sin. Hey, Barbara. How often have I heard things like this? And how often does this leave me feeling worse about myself? I might be someone who repeatedly loved someone who's done me wrong or broken my heart. But something is missing in this. This something is compassion. Having compassion for the wounded child in me that would sell his or her very soul to find something remotely resembling love is a big step towards liberating myself from the character adaptations I've acquired over the years to survive. When I continue to treat myself with self-recrimination, I'm doomed to repeat the patterns I'd swear on all that is holy I want to release. This is often why I stay stuck in a cycle of failing. It's the judgment of self that holds so many patterns in place in my life. The personal development world will likely tell me I need to be different. I need to get off my ass, the law of Goya, and effect lasting change. This also discourages and disappoints me. I can ask myself the following question and then seek inside for the answer, not seek the outside world for the answer. Here goes. Has being hard on myself, pushing myself, demanding more from myself, and judging myself ever allowed me to create graceful, peaceful, uplifting, lasting change? It's a great question. Thought for the day. What if I can catch the pushing, demanding verbiage I hear as a reflection of my inner bully, attempting to run my show even once today? Yeah, it's so true. Like, has pushing, demanding, any of that ever really helped? So that's the reading. And I had a request actually on one of the videos I posted on YouTube about doing a tapping on yin and yang. And I'm like, sure, I'll do it. But I wanted to look through it a little bit. And I wanted to read a couple things. The first one is yin and yang can be thought of as complementary rather than opposing. And it makes sense in the symbol because they're fitting in together. Forces that interact to form a dynamic system in which the whole is greater than the assembled parts. According to this philosophy, everything has both yin and yang aspects. For instance, shadow cannot exist without light. And then this, in ancient Chinese philosophy, yin and yang is a Chinese philosophical concept that describes how obviously opposite or contrary forces may actually be complementary, interconnected, and interdependent in the natural world, and how they may give rise to each other as they interrelate to one another. So interesting. I'm so glad the person asked for this because we live in a highly patriarchal culture right now. I do think that's changing a bit, and I think it needs to, and I think everything's being revealed that's not working so that things can shift. But so with the culture that we live in, particularly here in the United States, and I would venture to say around the world, in pretty much any country, the patriarchy reigns supreme in most countries. That's out of balance. It's out of balance. It's not taking into account yin energy, which is more feminine energy. And as I was looking into this further, it's interesting because I even see in certain segments when you're looking at yin and yang, the feminine energy is like dark, and whereas like masculine is bright and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to buy that because that whoever wrote that is writing from that patriarchal standpoint where the feminine energy has to be put down and put away. And I thought, I love these where it's like, no, they're absolutely complementary, which they are. And I forget that too. I mean, I know it intellectually, but I forget to embody that. Absolutely. So it's that yin and yang. There's aspects of all of that in both of us. I definitely lean more towards yang energy. And it's funny, I just looked up, I really didn't realize this either. Zodiac signs have yin and yang energy. So I'm predominantly Gemini and then Leo. And those are both yang signs. And then Taurus is my moon sign. That's yin. So it makes sense. And then in psychosomatics, when I've done face splits, I definitely, my masculine yang energy is more dominant. There's great things about that. There's really good things, like aspects of I get things done. I'm not someone that it takes me, I have to sit around and think, I almost use a word. I have to think about it. I just do it. And that way it's good. But the downside of that, the massive downside is giving myself better breaks, which I'm actually this year and starting before the year began working on. I meditate every day. I tap every day. I do Qigong pretty much every day. And in little increments, like I might do 10, 15, 20 minutes Qigong. The other day I did 40 because I desired to. The meditation, I meditate in the morning before I get up. I meditate when I'm done with my day, which is this huge, I feel like my nervous system coming down. So I'm practicing more of the yin, and it's a practice to bring more of that in. And I really feel the difference just already in, I would say, I've been tapping all along, but consistently meditating for about 30 days now, every day, I'm definitely starting to feel the effects of it. Where things that would normally just set me off, I'm like, whoa. And I think tapping has opened me up to meditation in a deeper way. I would also say tapping tends to be more yang because it's active. You're doing something, where meditation is more yin. This would just be the way I would put it together. So it's, where might you be out of balance in your life, and where can these interconnected pieces come into more balance? And if you're predominantly one, what might help you to do to bring that other end into a semblance of balance? The idea of actually being completely balanced. If anybody's known how to figure that out, let me know. I'd say good luck, especially in this culture. That's a great perspective. Yeah, thanks, Barbara. Are you talking about I'm curious, the tapping and the meditation? Because if that's it, I definitely think tapping's more yang. It's active. You're very actively engaged in something. It's very visible too. It's it's very visible. Whereas meditation is inward, yang, and I need it. I need the yin. I need the meditation. I need the letdown. I see, like I said, it's softening some edges in me, and that's a good thing. I'm noticing I'm getting less reactive, and that tapping, helps me get through that, but I need to counterbalance that. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that either. I literally thought of it just now, Barbara, when I was thinking about this. I'm like, yeah. I've always known tapping's more active, but thinking of yin and yang, it's really nice to think that. So if you're more yin and you can, if you're more like you can be quiet, or you have more yin energy, and you find, I'm a little out of balance in the yang, then what are some things that you can do to bring that into balance? So all of that said, on the final day, warm up the hands. Oh, by the way, I think I got this. It's a wall art, and I love it. I actually had somebody that's like, wow, your books are really organized. Yeah, because it's wall art. Take a look at my desk. It tells you a different story. So, but I really like it. I didn't really like the feeling of like just up against that wall, but I like being in this part of the room. It's even more private than that. So anyway, just had to share that with you. So, karate chop. Even though I could be out of balance here, am I more predominantly yang or yin? Maybe I am in balance. But it's worth exploring. I choose to acknowledge my truth right now. Even though, depending on where I land with this, I might need to bring myself back into some balance, a semblance of balance. What if I could ask for help from the divine? Whatever I believe is a force that's behind everything. I choose to acknowledge my feelings now. Even though I'd like to come back into balance. Maybe I've been predominantly yin or predominantly yang. What if I could explore this and see what might help? I choose to honor this truth right now. And go to the IRL. I've been a bit out of balance. And everyone has yin and yang energies in them. And it's nice to see that they're meant to be interconnected. Mine might be entangled or way too separated. But I like the idea a lot that I could shift this a bit. I think that would feel good for me. To find where I might be out of balance. Kind of like the reading said today. Do I push myself too much? Am I driving myself too hard? Then I might need to find some things that can bring that into balance. And if I'm on the other side of this, I feel like I need to be more active. I need to take more steps that are action-oriented. What if I can explore that? And just find simple ways to introduce these concepts into my life that bring me back into better balance. Not perfect balance, just some semblance that feels more balanced. And take the baby steps I need that are sent to me in whatever way they come to me, and see what shifts and changes over time. So take a breath. So I wanted to share that's interesting. As I've been doing the meditation, I would say I've been a lot more yin about it. I'm like, oh, I can do this 3 minutes here. I can do 5 minutes here. I can do 10 minutes here. I did 20 minutes this morning just because it was what I was listening to. And then like the app that I love, it keeps track of stuff. And then I noticed I just meditated on my own after this meditation I did yesterday afternoon. when I got back home, I felt, oh, I just want to do a little more of it and just feel my nervous system calming. And I'm just letting it be what it is. And this morning I caught myself like, oh, I should do another one. But I was like, there's a bit of a pushing energy about that. And like, if ever there's an oversight in our solar system, it's like pushing meditation. And I'm like, no, that's enough. It was good what I did. And I'm grateful that I'm catching that more too. It's like, no. And then like, I'll do 10 deep breaths, or I do things throughout the day that are, that bring kind of that I desire to do, that I desire. And I can't tell you how much I desire when I first wake up in the morning to slowly wake up like with some meditation, and then do some tapping, and then to slowly bring myself back down at the end of a day to bring my nervous system back down. And it's just a desire. And I like that because I look forward to it. And that's the way I want to feel about it. So, and I was listening to a talk about meditation, and they were talking about, these are people that have not tapped, so they've gone right into meditation. And it's interesting what they were saying about all the emotions and stuff that have been surfacing for them when they first start meditating. Like they find it kind of overwhelming, and it's the blessing and the curse, but they wouldn't change it for the world. And that's why I really am finding, I love the combination now of tapping, that I've tapped. I used to meditate. I did transcendental meditation, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. And it was that thing. It was great at the time I did it, but I think there was just too much trauma that was still in there. And now that I've done quite a bit of tapping for over a decade now, I feel like a lot of the trauma has shifted. So I can embrace meditation in a better way now, because I needed tapping to deal with that very active like anxiety and all this kind of energy that's been in me. And I find I just really enjoy the meditation, really enjoy it. Yeah, I have moments I'm like, oh, there's that thought, but I use unpleasant, I'll just name it, unpleasant thought. But I feel like I'm embodying it in a deeper way, because I'm not those emotions that they're talking about through meditation. Oh my God, I've been weeping at times tapping through stuff. So that's my take on it for me personally. So just something to consider. And that's it for now. So thanks for being here with me on the journey. This will be posted on YouTube. Ruth, they should all be on YouTube as of today. I'm going to post this when we're done. So always thanks for your great reminders. And Barbara, Ruth, great to have you here live, and we'll see you next time, whatever comes. Bye for now.